Hello book people and welcome to my channel. My name is Nana and today I'm gonna talk about some books. I tried to read other booktubers' favorite books, and it is booktubers that have been so kind to comment on my channel. It means so much, so that's why I wanted to try some of their favorite books. So yeah, that's what I have been up to lately. I want to talk about them. I think overall it has been a good reading month, definitely. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's start with some recommendations from Melissa from Life in the Books. And let's just start with the best book that I read this month, and it is Bride by Hazelwood. And this was a fun read. This was my first Hazelwood book, and yeah, it was definitely also steamy. So if you're not into that, then do not read this. It kind of like gave me flashback to when I was reading Twilight when I was a teenager. You know, that really easygoing book, but also really exciting, and you're just rooting for the couple. That kind of vibe. I don't know how to explain it. This is new adult, though it's not YA. It is about this vampire and this werewolf. It does take place in our time, and so I guess you call it paranormal. Yeah, is that not what you call that kind of style of writing? Anyways, they are in this arranged marriage, but things are looking good for them. It is a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, but I wasn't really thinking about that when I was reading this, though. But anyways, I was really enjoying myself, and there is a second book coming out soon. So I'm really excited about that, and I have to try more of Hazelwood's books. It was really an easy read as well, so perfect. Give it a go. The next book that I tried from Melissa's recommendations was Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. And this book is, I guess, YA. And it is about two high school students. And I got through the first chapter and it was so amazing. I really loved it, and I thought that this is going to be really, really great. But it takes place in Ireland, I guess. And the narrators of the audiobook that I was listening to were really... I mean, the female narrator was really easy to understand, and that was the first chapter, and then it changed to the male narrator, and I didn't understand anything. There's this thing in Irish where they're like, I don't know, I'm going to whack, and then I'm going, I cannot do it, but I did not understand much of that perspective, and I have borrowed it from my library so I can read it as a physical copy instead. So I think I'm gonna do that later this spring. But as an audiobook, no. But I think that story is going to be great, but yeah. Then I tried two books by Jordyn from Read by Jordyn, and the first one is called The Binding by Bridget. And this book is about this young boy, or not young boy, teenage boy. Or is it actually in his 20s? I'm not actually sure. Anyways, he has been sick for some time, and then when he feels a little bit better, he gets this offer to be a binder's apprentice. He doesn't really know what binders do. As a reader, you do not really know as well. The book is divided into 3 parts, and the first part really reminded me of Naomi Novik's writing, and you know, kind of like with a vague fantasy world, which is fine by me, but it really had that vibe. And then in the second part and the third part, you're like, oh, now I know what's going on. But it just completely changes there. It was fine. I think I'm gonna give this book a 4-star, but it's also hard to explain because I really do not want to spoil what's gonna happen in part 2 and part 3. But this mystery going on around this Lucian boy, and he doesn't know why, and it's really interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4-star. Really different from what I have read before. That is always a positive thing for me. So yeah, then the next book I read that was recommended by Jordyn is The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chokshi. And this is also a book that's surrounded by mystery. I would almost call this magical realism, maybe it is. Like a thriller mixed with magical realism. And it's about this groom to this person, and then it is about her best friend, and they tell their story from different timelines, and this person that they're telling their story about doesn't seem that nice. She's really mysterious, and things are happening, and there's some magical elements to it, and yeah, it's a weird book, but it was also really interesting and exciting. So also a 4-star. I have heard many mixed reviews on this book, so I was a little bit hesitant going into this, but it was fine. So definitely like a 4-star. And again, nothing that I have read before, but I just think some people won't like the vague magic that comes with magical realism. Yeah, so if you could look aside from that, I think this will work for you, but I see why magical realism wouldn't work for everybody. Okay, let's move on. I tried some books from Maeve, from Maeve's Ever Reading. Yeah, I think that's what it is called now. And right now I am in the middle of Razorblade Tears. I did not have time to finish it. I'm actually not in the middle of it. I am at page 44. And I'm hoping that I can finish this, but my library did say that I have to return it soon, and I tried to prolong my loan, and I'm not exactly sure what happened to the web page. But anyways, I'm hoping that I will have some more time to finish this. But it's about these two fathers that have lost their sons to a potential hate crime. Their sons were married in a homosexual marriage. So yeah, maybe it could be a hate crime. The police are doing nothing, and they're trying to solve this murder themselves. So a crime thriller, and I think it's going to be really interesting. And I have heard that this book is also such a good dad recommendation, a good recommendation for a boyfriend or husband or whatever. So yeah, I definitely think that could work for them. Definitely. I also tried to read, I read it, Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, and that was also really good. Again, also a good dad recommendation or husband, boyfriend recommendation. This is about this man who suddenly is getting kidnapped, and then he's transferred into this other world that's quite similar to his world. And in that world, he is a famous professor. He was also a professor in his old world, but not that famous. And then he learns that someone has cracked the code to the multiverse and how to travel in the multiverse. And yeah, then stuff is happening. It was definitely really interesting at the end, because there were some question raised. What happened with all these different timelines, and I don't want to spoil too much, but that part was really interesting. So yeah, overall a really good book as well. I think I'm gonna give that a 4-star again. So yeah, it has been a really good reading month. I did want to try some books from Sully Wittrock from Sully Reads, and I did want to give this book, This Is How You Lose the Time War, a retry. It's by Amel Al-Matar and Max Gladstone, but I have not gotten around to it yet, so maybe I will do that later. I tried the first chapter last year, I think, and I gave up, but I have heard that I should give it another shot, so I do want to try, maybe. yeah, I don't know, I just had a hard time understanding what was going on. It was about a red and a blue team. That was all I knew, but oops. I should give it a reread. So yeah, that is all the books that I have been reading lately. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I couldn't vlog my experience because we have some construction work going on, so I can't really film because that would be too embarrassing during the day. So yeah, I have to film in the evenings, and yeah, so that's how it is. But I am hoping that in a couple of weeks I can do some vlogging again. I'm looking forward for that. But anyways, you have a good day and you take care, and I hope that you find some inspiration. Bye.